Well, welcome back to Spencer FYI. And we've done a series on mental health providers in the community, and we have another one here with NAMI. So we'll learn a little bit about what NAMI is. And I believe you're new to the organization.
I am.
Kind of new to Spencer as well?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Ayaan Thomas. I moved to Spencer about a little over 3 years ago. My husband served in the Air Force for 20 years. He's now our local locksmith, so that's cool. We've been married for about 17 years. We have 3 kids, and we chose to settle down in Spencer because it's close to family, and it's also a really great place to raise children.
Oh, great. So how did you get involved in mental health providing?
Well, I was working with the housing team when the flood happened in June, and this position came about right around that time. So NAMI needed a outreach specialist, kind of boots on the ground here in Spencer. So yeah, I applied for the job and got it.
All right, well, tell me a little bit about what NAMI is.
So NAMI is, it stands for the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and they are actually the largest grassroots mental health organization. And it's been around for about 50 years, which is pretty cool, because I didn't know that. NAMI works to advocate, educate, support those that have been affected by mental health issues or mental health or mental illness, and also their families so that they can lead better lives. NAMI also envisions that all people that are affected by mental illness, that they would be able to experience resiliency, recovery, and wellness. NAMI also provides support groups, education, advocacy, and connection with people. Actually, it connects people with mental health resources throughout the state of Iowa. We work both with the national and local regional affiliates in several ways. So a couple ways that they do that is they connect people with mental health resources in their communities, and then they educate the communities about mental health and mental illness. And they also really try to destigmatize mental health, and they advocate for mental health access for all of those that need it. And we also partner with state initiatives, including like the Office of Recovery and Project Recovery Iowa.
All right. Let's talk a little bit then about Project Recovery Iowa and what exactly that is and kind of how NAMI partners with them.
Sure. So in partnership with Project Recovery Iowa, NAMI is working directly and in coordination with local affiliates in Northwest and South Central Iowa. We are doing things like door-to-door visits and community outreach for those that are recovering from the June flood and connecting them to mental health services. We also serve as a partner to provide needed materials and support to make every person who needs access to mental health that they can actually get it. There's another lady here, her name's Sue Loring, and she's our PRI staff representative in Spencer, and we are reaching out to help mental health be at the forefront of conversations so that people know what services are available and how to actually access them.
So how are you going about that? How is this process working?
Well, we've got flyers. We've spoken at a couple of different events. We have gone door to door, trailer to trailer, you know, when there were residents living in the trailers. So yeah.
All right. So that's obviously how they're currently helping people here in Northwest Iowa. What is kind of your role once people get connected, maybe?
Sure. As well as going door to door and speaking at these events, there's this thing called Lunch and Learn. So we have a couple of different people from different organizations that we are collabing to go to the schools during lunch and just talk to the students or the teachers or the staff and kind of linking them with whatever resources that they need. I also recently went through a training, and it's for support groups. So one thing is a lot of people don't necessarily want to do the traditional route of counseling or therapy. So something that NAMI really advocates too is doing support groups for different ages, different groups, things like that. So I became a facilitator. I am actually looking for another facilitator. So if someone is interested, then please reach out to me because we need 2 people to facilitate these support groups.
So are the support groups up and running yet, or are you still kind of on the ground building portion of it?
We're still building on the ground. So since I got trained, if someone else can come alongside with me, or if there's a couple of other people that are interested, then we can get a couple support groups running. And on the plus side, they'll get paid for it.
Perfect. So with that, not having the support groups ready, you just want folks to know that they're not alone, right? That there are some place that they can.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. So needing mental health or services is not anything to be ashamed of or to shy away from, especially after a disaster. That recovery is really needed.
What kind of resources are available out there for folks if they're not sure what is available?
So some resources are, I would say first and foremost, if someone is really struggling with like suicidal ideations or anything like that, to call the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, and it is 988, and that's kind of the very first thing. There's also for non-crisis help, you can call the Iowa Warm Line, which is the 1-844 775 9276 number. They can also go to NAMI Iowa.org or projectrecoveryiowa.org to get more information and resources. And also there's a few providers here in Spencer that I could highlight, like Link and Care Connections, Seasons, I think, and LSI. So there's quite a few resources out here too.
Just maybe make a few phone calls and kind of maybe see what will fit with kind of how you're feeling?
Absolutely, yeah.
Alrighty. So if folks have any questions about helping you out or about NAMI, how can they get a hold of you?
Sure. They can call me at 712-339-4424, or they can email me at nwoutreach@namiiowa.org. So if they'd like to just get more information, if they would like to facilitate any life support groups, or if they also want to become, an outreach specialist and come join me, because that would be very helpful as well. So.
All right, sounds good. Well, thanks so much for taking time to come talk to us today, and hopefully NAMI and support groups and stuff get up and running, and
I hope so.
We can help some folks here in town.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Is there anything else that you want to add that we didn't talk about?
I just want to say thanks for shining the light on mental health, because it's such an important thing, and we don't want people to suffer in silence. So thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Thank you. We'll be back with more right after this.